Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about all things related to the preparation for Forsaken expansion, which comes out in less than a month from now. So Bungie's making lots of changes to the activities that we normally play right now and the way progression works across the board. So I thought I'd do a little bit of research and scatter through all the information that's out there and assemble that into one video and basically cut straight to the point in a quick little but detailed guide. So let's get right into it. Starting on August 28th when the update goes live, current mods will essentially be worthless. If you haven't heard by now, they are changing the mod system entirely, and so the ones that you have in your inventory now really won't be able to do anything whatsoever. But make sure you hold on to them and don't dismantle them until the 28th. You should save them in your inventory until this date so that you can dismantle them for legendary shards or whatever other materials or items Bungie ends up giving you for the dismantle of that specific mod. Now, one important thing to note is that on the 28th, Banshee's actual inventory of mods will disappear, so he's not going to have those, and then once Forsaken comes out, his new inventory, which features the brand new mods which are replacing our current ones, will be in place. So essentially, hold on to your mods until the 28th. Once the 28th rolls around, you can dismantle them and then you'll get the materials for that, and I assume once you get those materials, you'll be able to buy them back from Bungie, or not Bungie, Banshee, once Forsaken comes out for the materials that you got from scrapping your current mods. So that's the way that's going to work. It's not too complicated, just make sure to hold on to them for the time being. Another thing is that your elemental weapons will lock to whatever you currently have on those weapons. You won't be able to change it after this date, so choose how you'd like them to be in advance. Now obviously a lot of people like to stack tractor cannon with another, very good power weapon like the escalation protocol shotgun, and they usually put that to void so that they can stack that and do incredible amounts of damage. Bungie has come out and said that they're going to change the EP sniper and shotgun to solar, and even if you have it on void right now, once the 28th comes out, you're just going to have to just take it like a man, and the weapons will now be on solar even if you have them on void. So go ahead and change around the way you want your elemental weapons to be right now. If you are holding them and you have a Uriel's gift that's solar and you want one that's void, make sure to change it before the 28th, because after that I don't think you'll be able to change it whatsoever. The only tokens that you should hold on to going into the Forsaken expansion are the Crucible, Vanguard, and Iron Banner tokens, as they'll drop new weapons and armor with random rolls. And random rolls is essentially the staple change of the expansion. That's the thing that I think most people are very excited for, especially PvP players. And of course, everybody wants to have the best possible roll. Everyone wants the god roll on their sniper, on their hand cannon, on basically every weapon in the game. And so this is going to be something that's very important. Make sure you hold on to those tokens, as they have a chance of dropping these weapons. I'm personally just saving them up as much as I possibly can, and you should do the same with Gunsmith materials. Hold on to these for the exact same reason, as you want to get the best roll possible as quickly as possible. Gunsmith packages will now require 100 mats instead of the current amount, which is at 40, because Bungie basically knows that we're currently hoarding the crap out of them and we're being essentially, I don't want to be mean here, but we're being Iron Lords, we're being a bunch of nerds, and everyone's just stacking those up. I've seen people with like 40,000 Gunsmith materials, and that's not okay, okay? So with 100 mats per package, I'm sitting at about 50 packages on launch. I'm sure I'm going to collect a lot more before the expansion comes out, so I want as many of those possibilities of a god roll as possible. If you really think about it, there's probably going to be about, I want to say 40 weapons that the Gunsmith could drop, and with the randomization and all the perks that there are, there's honestly probably going to be a million different possibilities of what you can get out of these packages. So only having about 50 of these packages is really not that good if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, so make sure you hold as many as possible. Feel free to also turn in all of your Trials of the 9 tokens, or if you want, you can hold on to them, but I have to warn you, you will be holding on to those Trials tokens for a very long time. The reason being is because Trials of the 9 will be removed for the duration of Season 4, and Season 4 will be lasting 4 months in total. So Season 5 will probably start, I think, around January 4th, and so the problem with that that is that you're going to be holding on to those tokens and really not getting anything for them for the whole duration of the expansion. If you want to prepare for the expansion, the best thing that I could recommend is turning in all of those tokens right now, and they will give you lots of masterworked weapons. You can then dismantle those weapons for, obviously, legendary shards, gunsmith materials, and masterwork cores. That's 3 birds with 1 stone. That's what I recommend doing. Also, spend all of the Akura Ray Vanguard research tokens, as those will be deleted from your inventory on the 28th. The whole Akura Ray, meditation missions, that's going to be completely changed, and I believe they're putting in the heroic strike, or sorry, not the heroic strike, the heroic missions, and they're going to rotate on like a daily basis or whatever, so that whole system is changing. They're getting rid of those Vanguard research tokens, so make sure that you spend them or they'll disappear from your inventory on the 28th. They're also getting rid of the armor set that you can get with Akura Ray, and I have a funny feeling that because of the low amount of people that do those meditations, there's probably not going to be too many people out there with a full set of this armor, and it's probably going to end up being one of the most rare sets in the game, believe it or not. While we're on the topic of tokens, let's talk about destination tokens and, of course, the destination materials. Now, destination tokens will no longer be rewarded once Forsaken comes out, and the same goes with rare quality destination materials. These are the blue ones, so please do not mistake them for the green ones. The green ones you will need to hold on to. So the tokens and rare quality destination materials should probably be held up until Forsaken to gain power level, unless you like to hand them in now and finish collecting your armor sets. This is personally what I'm going to do because it's pretty embarrassing, guys, but I only have 1 armor set, which is from IO on my Titan. Other than that, I don't have any other armor sets because, I just haven't been turning them in or haven't been grinding too many, public events. Now, the awesome thing that you can do because of collections and the kiosks is you can scrap them right away as soon as you turn in the tokens, and you'll still have it in your collection once Forsaken comes out. So that gives you legendary shards. If you get weapons, you can scrap that for gunsmith materials, and it's kind of like a tenfold if you ask me. Feel free to start grinding for planetary materials right now. Remember, the green ones is what you want to hold on to, and you're going to need them if you want to upgrade a wide variety of things, and also to infuse weapons and armor, which is pretty damn important. You don't need me to tell you guys that. If you're doing public events or strikes, try to pick them up as you see them, and of course, put on exotic ghosts that will help you find them more easily. One thing that's worth trying if you're an avid PvE player, and I know that's not me and that's not my category whatsoever, but I'm still going to try this, is throwing all of your Leviathan keys in the vault each week leading up to the Forsaken release. The exotic chests may have a chance of dropping new exotics and higher power level exotics. This is of course not confirmed, but it's also not denied, but it's definitely worth trying if you're asking me. The reason being is because if you're turning in those exotic keys or those exotic chests and open them right now, the best thing that you're probably going to get is a duplicate exotic weapon. There's really no point of doing that, so you might as well hold on to them and give it a shot. I'm personally also going to be handing in all of my tokens that are in Crucible, Vanguard, or Iron Banner, and then scrapping all of those weapons that I get in armor pieces for the most amount of shards and Masterwork cores. Masterwork cores is something that I'm currently very short on. I probably have about like 80 of them, which is not many whatsoever, considering I think it takes about 17 shards to level up a weapon fully all the way to the maximum, which gives you a 10% stat boost. So yeah, I'm short on that. I need to hand in every single token I have, and if you're in the same boat, I would recommend doing the same as me. You'll need a lot of Masterwork cores, so try not to waste any currently on the items that you have in your inventory right now. You might not be using 90% of the weapons and armor that you have now when Forsaken drops, so keep that in mind. The last thing I'm doing in regards to gaining gunsmith materials, Masterwork cores, and legendary shards is taking a look at my vault and really cleaning out the weapons that I don't use. I'm a little bit OCD, so at one point I tried collecting every weapon in the game and throwing it in my vault. Of course, this really wasn't possible because there's more weapons in the game than actual vault space, but I collected a decent amount, and to cut to the chase, I have a lot of shit weapons in my vault, and I'm definitely going to be cleaning all those out, getting rid of some of the Masterwork ones, and just gaining all of those resources so that I can get those god rolls and make those cheeky videos for you guys. After all, things I delete will be available for purchase from the coming collections tab when the expansion drops anyways. I'm valuing gunsmith materials as the highest priority currently. This is mostly because I don't care as much about power levels as I do about getting the best possible roll on a weapon. God rolls are and will continue to be a pain in the ass to obtain, so having the best best chance at getting lots of rolls early on is what I'm prioritizing. You can get power levels just by playing through the campaign or doing strikes or doing any kind of like EP endgame activity, and of course that stuff can be done within weeks, but getting a god roll could take you honestly like a year. If you look back at Destiny 1, when players were going for the AS Luna and the god roll 1000 yard and LDR and synthesis, longbow synthesis, if that's what it was called, I can't even remember because it was so far away now. But if you remember back then, people were grinding for a year straight and they couldn't even get a good roll to drop. So this is the one thing that you should be prioritizing over everything else, and the way to get the most amount of rolls, like I said earlier, is Gunsmith materials, Crucible tokens, Vanguard tokens, and yeah, stuff like that. So that is basically it for the video though, guys. I can't really think of anything else. Make sure you go into Forsaken with 100,000 Glimmer, lots of legendary shards, tons of Masterwork cores, lots of tokens, which include Crucible, Vanguard, and Iron Banner, and then of course the Gunsmith tokens is what you want to stack up on as much as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Good luck with the grind and the Solstice of Heroes event. That is a pain in the ass right now for me. I'm on my Titan, which is my second character, and I'm almost done with that one. Then I'll be moving on to my Warlock. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of all of this hype and grind that we have to do before Forsaken. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know. Drop a like as it supports the channel. Subscribe for more daily Destiny 2 content. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you all later. Peace.